Been a few hours, but it felt like days. Only been days, but it felt like months. My newest look like Tyler Perry.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Shakina, and today I'm going to show you guys a step-by-step routine of my makeup. First step I like to do is make sure my skin is prepped. So I usually do that with like skincare. I just put some moisturizer on, but as far as makeup, the first step is priming my face. And for a primer, I use the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I'm gonna be honest, I am not the biggest fan of primers because I feel like most of the time when I use them, I don't see any difference in my makeup. But I will say I actually do see a difference. So this is the only primer yet to use and actually, you know, like what it does. Yeah, I was breaking out a little bit, so I put a pimple patch on, but we could take it off. I will say one thing I like about this primer is that sometimes when you use certain primers, like they leave this feeling on your face. Even though they leave that feeling, they don't do anything. Like my makeup doesn't look or stay on any different whether I use them or not. I would say this one, like I could feel a difference. Like it does feel like a little tacky, but not in an annoying way. Like it still feels good on my skin, and I actually do see a difference in my makeup. So yeah, that is one of the few primers I actually like. Next step is I move on to my brows, and first I'm gonna comb them out with a spoolie. Really, the only product I for real put on my brows is brow gel, and I keep my brow gel in this little container because it's really just got to be glue, and this is the best brow gel out there, even though it's hair gel. I just put a little bit on my finger and then put it over my brow and then comb it through with a spoolie. Over the years, putting actual product in my brows has become like this annoying thing for me, so I just stopped, and now I do this instead, and I like that a lot more, and I feel like it matches my overall makeup a lot of the times a lot better. So yeah, this is all I do for my brows. Now we're gonna move on to some of the funner stuff. The next step I do is concealer. I use the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade 45 Tan, and I put that under my eyes, kind of like at the part where you get like smile lines, and like my outer corner, a little bit on my lid, and then down my nose bridge as well. And I am low-key one of those girls that don't be putting makeup on her forehead, but I do see a difference when you don't be putting makeup on your forehead and you be looking crazy. So to avoid that, I just put like a little bit, like very minimal, like that. Okay, and then I blend it out with a brush. Not a beauty blender, but I don't like going in with a completely dry brush. So what I'll do is I'll take a little bit of water and just wipe. And I keep water in like old setting spray bottles I use, so I don't have to get up and go to the sink. And then I just go in and blend. And I start blending at like the lowermost part of where I applied the concealer, like here, and then I'll blend up. And then if I'm breaking out, then I'll take my concealer and then just like spot correct. But I really don't want to put makeup over this pimple, so I'm just gonna put another pimple patch right back on. Now we're done with concealer, and now we're gonna set, also like bake as well. I go in with a powder puff, and I use two different setting powders. I use the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade 30 Medium Deep. This is my favorite setting powder, I want to say ever, but I haven't tried like that many, but this one's my favorite. And then I also use the Fenty Beauty one in the shade Cashew. I would say I don't like using white setting powders, even though they're typically translucent powders. I don't like just putting a white setting powder under my eye. Like, I have brown skin, I'm not gonna put a white powder directly under it. However, if I do want a really bright under eye, then I'll go in with my favorite setting powder, and then I'll use the lighter setting powder that I have and go and put it on top of the first one. You'll see. This is what it looks like. It's like this tan color. I'll take this and I'll just put it in my under eyes. Basically everywhere I put concealer, I put the powder. And what I also do is I carve out the contour on my nose using the powder first before I go into the actual contour. So this is what I do. I just make like a straight line going down my nose. on both sides. And I look crazy, but this is how I like, I guess, build like some shadows into my face and like some dimension of like where I want my contour to be. Okay, and then I just put a little bit on my forehead. I know I look crazy. I know. Who doesn't look crazy while doing their makeup though? But particularly my forehead, like that part's gonna all come together at the very end. Also, I'm not shy with my setting powder. Like, this is a very crucial step. And I take like kind of what's left over and just go over my eyelids a little bit. Okay, and now we're gonna go on with the lighter setting powder. And this is what it looks like. So even this one isn't like really bright white because I don't like using those. But this one is much lighter and it kind of does show up on my face as well. I'll just kind of go over what I had already, the powder I already put on my face. So like that. And I haven't put any powder on like that, the bridge of my nose yet. So I just take the leftover and kind of just set right there really quick. Now we look crazy as we should, and we're gonna move on to eyes next. So for eyes, I'm gonna take a eyeshadow brush, and my go-to shade is a light violet shade. I heard that violet makes the amber in brown eyes pop. Fuck, that just took me so long to say. Not only does it make like brown eyes pop a little, but just on brown skin, I love how violet looks because it's subtle, but I feel like it complements brown really well. I use the Mauves by Juvia's Place. I use this shade right here. As you can see, I love it. I just apply that in like more so my outer corner, and then I just blend it kind of into my brow bone a little bit and into my crease as well. And that's what it looks like. Literally nothing crazy. But then I go in with maybe like a brown, just any color I want that is a little bit darker. So sometimes I go in with either of these dark purple shades from the same palette, but today I think I'm just gonna go in with like a brown. So this is a Morphe 35M palette, and I just go in with this brown right here, and literally the smallest amount, and just apply it to my outer corner like that, and just blend it, but don't bring it into the inner of my eye at all, and just keep it in the outer part. So now we're done with that. We're gonna finally wipe this powder off. Okay, so I wipe it off with a fluffy brush, and when I'm getting closer to it all being gone, I kind of go in circular motions to kind of blend it into my skin as well. So now we're gonna take our contour palette. I use the Black Radiance True Complexion powder contour palette in the shade medium to dark, and I've had this for a very long time, but this is the contour shade. And I just take a tiny eyeshadow brush, literally the smallest bit of product, like, and how I do my contour is I go from the top of my nose almost as close to where my eyebrows start, and I bring that down, not all the way down my bridge, but only the top, like maybe like 1/3 of the bridge of my nose, so like about right here. Okay, that's how it looks. And I don't like the harshest contour, so I feel like that's why I don't use a lot, and I just blend that in circles. And then I kind of blend up to my brow, or like into my eyeshadow a little bit as well. And then I'm gonna take a little bit more contour, and then to contour the bottom of my nose, I do like 2 of the smallest lines like this, right above one another, and then I kind of blend them together, but in a circle, if that makes sense. The sun is setting right now and it looks really pretty. All right, that's how it looks. Look at the golden hour lights. Okay, now I'm just gonna clean up my contour a little bit by going back into my darker setting powder, and just cleaning up the edges. So like, like that. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the rest of the eye part. So next I'm gonna do eyeliner. I use the NYX Epic Ink Liner, and it's like a pen. And my eyes are slightly hooded, and also I think one is more hooded than the other, but I just go to like the tail of my eye and place the pen there, and then with small strokes I kind of build along the way, and I bring it to the inner part of my eye as much as I can. Okay, this is what it looks like when it's all done. This one's a little more hooded than this one, so I do the liner a little bit different. Like, that one's almost like a bat wing, and then this one's just like normal eyeliner. Now we're gonna move on to mascara. I think mascara is my longest step in my makeup routine. I sometimes spend like 10 minutes doing my mascara. My favorite mascara ever is the Maybelline Lash Sensational one in the rose gold bottle. Okay, I feel like this is a canon event mascara for a lot of girls, but I love her. Like, mascara I apply as normal at first, you know, just from the root of your lashes throughout. And I have pretty long lashes, so I do this maybe like 30 times, I'm not even gonna lie. And when I'm doing my first step of my mascara, it's important that I get all the way to the root of my mascara, and when I'm towards the ends, I do like this wiggle motion back and forth to like kind of fan them out. So like there's the root, and then I drag it all the way through and then kind of fan it out at the end. We completed step one. Now we're gonna apply the mascara to the tops of our lashes as well, and kind of do the same technique. So like make sure you're at your root, and then come all the way through and kind of like wiggle your lashes once you get to the ends of them. So I'm gonna be honest, when you're doing the top coat of your lashes, or like the top of your lashes, you honestly don't even need to wiggle the wand for real, because like combing them through kind of gives them the same effect. I feel like I only do the like top part of my lashes like maybe 3 times over, and then you can go back to the bottom and reapply. And when I say bottom, I mean like the underside of your lashes, not your actual bottom lashes. Like the last step in my mascara routine is you're gonna do the bottom side of your top lashes again, except this time you're only gonna apply it to the outer part of your lashes. So, and you're just gonna keep doing that until you like the look, you know? The sun's gone down, so that's why the lighting changed a little bit, but this is my lashes after they're done. They're not dramatic, but I like them. Like, that's how they look. And also a trick to get all this like little mascara off your face, I take my spoolie and I just go over it like that, and it comes right off. Yeah, this is my mascara. It looks really cute. We're almost done. Now I'm gonna wipe off the setting powder that I was baking my face with from earlier. Then I'm gonna go in with my contour one more time just to go over. And I just use the excess from my brush. Now we're gonna do my favorite part, which is blush. So I just take a fluffy brush and I use eyeshadow as blush. So my favorite blush is from the Juvia's Place, the Juvia's Place bronze rustic palette. They have this super bright like pinkish reddish shade in the middle. A little goes a long way, so I take some and then I like tone it down on my hand, and then I apply it. When I tell y'all I love blush, I love blush, but I know it can get overboard easy. But yeah, I'm not the type to shy away, so I go over that like however many times I feel for the day. So I'm gonna go over a couple more times. And I always smile when I apply my blush and focus it on like my cheeks and then drag it up like that. Now, I know y'all see my forehead and it might look a little crazy. So to fix that, I take like a soft fluffy brush and I just kind of go in circular motions and kind of soften it out. Just how I did like my under eyes. Like that. And then if I feel like anything still isn't blended, then I'll take like a firmer brush, so like one like this or even one like this, and just blend out whatever I think still needs work. We're almost done. We're gonna do some highlight next. For highlight, I really like to use this Calorie highlight in the shade Starlight Beach. It looks like this, and just take a super tiny brush like that, and I only apply highlight to my nose. And I technically do put highlight in my inner corner, but it's not actual highlight that I'm putting in my inner corner. But with the actual highlight, I just go over the top part of the bridge of my nose, and then I basically follow the pattern I did when I was doing my contour. I take some more and I just put a tiny dot at the tip of my nose. And then I like to add some color in like my waterline and also my under eye as well. For my waterline, I'll take a dark brown or a black pencil. This is GXVE. That's the brand, but this is what it looks like. But I literally use some from like the beauty supply. Just any dark brown or black pencil will work. I put it in my waterline like that. I forgot to do my bottom lashes earlier. I do put mascara on my bottom lashes. I didn't forget. Yeah, so this is how it looks like just with like the color in my waterline. Now I'm gonna take the same palette that I used for my blush, and I'm gonna use this like Rustic shade right here, and I'm gonna take a little bit and put that underneath my waterline, and then just blend that out a little bit. And then I'm gonna go in with the Mauves by Juvia's Place again and go with this dark purple shade. Either one works, but today I'm gonna use this one. And then blend that out. Okay, the last step is a lip liner. I use the Makeup by Mario one in shade Dark Chocolate. And then I go in with the clear gloss over it. And then at the very end of my makeup, to like set everything in place, like before I put on setting spray, is I like to like go over the major parts one more time. So like my brows, I'll just comb one more time. And then I use the Maybelline Fit Me pressed powder, and I use the shade 330 in Toffee Caramel. And I go in with another powder puff and just go like that. And I literally forgot the most important step. I did that, I feel like I've said that multiple times, but glitter, okay, not the most important, but the funnest step is glitter. And this is what I put on my inner eyes. This is from Urban Decay. It's the Moondust Glitter Eyeliner. It's actually eyeliner, but I use it in my inner corner. And it just adds like the tiniest bit of pop that I like love. And then I just set with setting spray. I usually use like Milani or sometimes Urban Decay, but I ran out, so I'm not gonna set my face. But this is the end look, and yes, this is my favorite makeup to wear to like class if I have energy to do all of this in the morning. But I love it. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed this video. But I'll see you guys.
Been gone for a year, only go like once. Life move fast when you do what you want. At this time, doing what I want.